30th of June 2018. And we're on our way to Meharry, first night's camp tonight.
Looks like I'm Ken for today. That's what you get when you travel with a bubbly 10-year-old.
And I thought he'll never notice.
And we just arrived at Peace Gorge.
Lovely camp spot for the night and not too far from the highway, just enough to not hear the trucks or the traffic.
Except for Dad snoring.
We enjoyed a beautiful sunset. Here's the man in the rock. And a bit more of the sun going down, reflecting in the clouds. Beautiful. Tonight's dinner was local beef with veggies on noodles.
Yummy, well done, Dad.
And good morning all.
Morning, Dad.
Here you can admire our different camp setups. And a bit of early morning photography.
Okay, we found the turnoff to Jigalong. Jigalong is about 50 kilometers ahead, and we're following that track and hopefully we'll make it through. Planning to find camp in about an hour or so and then hit Jigalong tomorrow.
We found a lovely open spot for camp last night, and yeah, beautiful night, beautiful stars, clear, dry and warm. Last night we also heard our first pack of dingoes howling, which was quite interesting. We're now on our way towards Jigalong community, where we encountered a couple of burned out wrecks along the way. We also came across a couple of dead camels. And some wild horses, which we all enjoyed. Welcome to Jigalong, and here's an opportunity to top up with fuel. You do need to get permits to get into Jigalong, as it is a closed community. Permits are easily available online. You just have to fill in your details and you basically get an answer within a day or so. The movie The Rabbit-Proof Fence was based on 3 girls which came from Jigalong. The 3 girls were taken from Jigalong to a mission very close to Perth, where after a few days they escaped and made their long way back to Jigalong on foot along the rabbit-proof fence. Interestingly, Daisy, the youngest of the 3 girls, unfortunately passed away recently. Her funeral was on Saturday and we arrived in Jigalong the Monday after. Daisy was 95 years old. Okay, our first minor breakdown. Unfortunately, Glen had some issues with one of his leaf springs, which resulted in one of his tires being destroyed. So after some quick repairs, we decided to head into Newman and organize a couple of new springs for the trailer. This night we decided to spend at the Oasis Miners Camp, which I believe was a nice little experience for all of us and a good little rest. We even had the opportunity to have dinner in the miners' canteen, which was a welcome break, and I must say, fantastic food, well set up, and we all enjoyed the night.
Alright, we're heading towards Wittenoom ruins. We left this morning 8 o'clock Newman campground, and we're making our way into Rudall River.
We found Wittenoom, an abandoned community.
We're now making our way from Wittenoom towards the Tallawarna track. We're about 15 km south of Tallawarna track.
We paid a visit to the Len Bedell marker along the Talavana trek. At the Len Bedell marker we realized that we had our second minor issue. Chris' Land Cruiser leaked a little bit of fuel.
We're on the road to Rudall River National Park now. There's a little grass fire on the left hand side. Yeah, Chris, don't spend too much time here.
Hey, Chris, of course, still having that fuel leak. Unfortunately, Glen and the family had to stay back in Newman to wait for the arrival of their new springs, which took about 2 days to arrive from Perth. Tonight's dinner, shakshuka with Moroccan chicken. Tonight was also the night where we handed out our first awards trophy, and Mitch was the lucky winner of the day. You can see the dry riverbed of Rudall River, which was also last night's campsite. Very clean riverbed with no dust. By the way, the below section of Rudall River is called Kalkan Soak. We're now crossing Rudall River. And now came across this small little memorial which explained the history of Rudall River.
Some very pretty scenery here.
We're now heading west off the beaten track towards Handrail Pool. Smiley with his carreta camper. Followed by Chris with a T-van. Came across a couple more riverbed crossings. And another herd of camels. Handrail Pool was very pretty with a small little camp option.
This is the trek out to Hanging Rock. Doesn't look too bad, so we'll give that a go next time.
Hanging Rock is a further 80 kilometers west of Handrail Pool, and yeah, a place I would like to discover in the future maybe.
A couple of camels looking at us as we're looking at them.
We're now at the turn of southeast to Desert Queen Baths. The track was cozy in places. Again, we encountered some very pretty scenery along the way.
Alright, we made it. We're in Desert Queen Baths. Wanted to come here in a long time and I'm finally here. And it is a very beautiful spot, no doubt.
Very cold water though. It took a while to get used to the very cold water, but once you were in, you got used to it, it was fine. Obviously got to a point where he didn't feel nothing anymore because everything was numb. Well done, Chris, for braving it and going for a swim in these cold waters. It is a fair way to get here, but I must say I really enjoyed it, and yes, I would come back. The scenery around is just pure and beautiful. The colors of the Pilbara are mind-blowing. I love them. Yes, the magic colours of the Western Australian Pilbara. We heard a pack of dingoes howling again that night. Alright, Chef Safia is preparing dinner again tonight. Well done, Safia, and yummy.
Thanks, Dad.
And we had another beautiful night around the fire. Okay, good morning, and
Yep, it's coffee time.
this was our last day at the Desert Queen Baths, and our youngsters had a lot of fun.
Yes, we did, Dad.
Gomez and I did our morning stretches, and we came across Outback Spirits again, who had to detour away from the Canning stock route as well 25 was closed due to flooding. Next morning we explored the southern side of Desert Queen Baths, and yeah, we found a couple of more waterholes and caves and a little bee wasp nest, which was quite interesting. And here you can now see the wasp or bee nest, which made some of us run for safer grounds.
I made my favorite lunch today, noodles with seaweed and tomatoes.
And Gomez made roast pork and potatoes for dinner in his new cob today. We explored the cave across the valley from Desert Queen Baths, and Safia had a bit of fun posing. So did I, following Bubbles' instructions, of course. Okay, I think it's time to head north out of Desert Queen Baths towards Telfer, and the day after the plan is to catch up at Carawine Gorge with the MacDougall clan. Again, the drive and the scenery out of Desert Queen Baths is nothing short of spectacular. I really enjoy the vast landscapes and the beautiful colors. We're still on our way out of Desoqueen Bass towards the main track north towards Telfer. We're now on our track towards Telfer past the turnoff to Desoqueen Baths. And now we're in the dry riverbed of Coolbro, which is tonight's campsite. This is halfway between Desoqueen Baths and Telfer mine site. Butter chicken with vegetables and mixed salad. And tonight's award went to Bubbles.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but quite windy this morning. We're at Coolbro River. Packed up camp, we're about to leave, 8:30. Beautiful place, bit dirty. People don't bury their toilet paper and leave their tea bags hanging in the trees and leave their rubbish around. A bit of a shame. People would clean up, it would be nicer for all of us. So we've done our part. We've picked up a little bit of other people's rubbish, we'll take it with us. And hopefully people in the future will do the same. Nice place otherwise, beautiful.
We are now on our way towards Telfer mine. And yes, more camels, more sandy tracks and lovely scenery.
Alright, we're now driving towards Telfer mine. We're expecting a escort to take us through the mine site onto the haul road on the northern side of the mine.
In hindsight, this escort never happened, as we went to a boom gate and were sent on our way from there. The trek from Telfer mine site to Marble Bar was very dusty, especially the first 30-40 kilometers. A bit more wildlife along the way. And then we made our way into Carawine Gorge around lunchtime or just past. Great to catch up with the MacDougall clan again. We decided to spend a couple of nights at Carawine Gorge and from there do a day trip to Running Waters, which was a fantastic experience. Tonight's dinner: salmon, corn, fennel and carrot stir fry. Beautiful. And tonight's trophy went from Sophia to Glen. Good morning, Carawine. A lovely view from above Hamersley Gorge. Okay, time for our stretches this morning. And we did make it to running waters today. Yes, it's time for a relaxing swim in running waters.
You over there, you white fella. You were red this morning. Woohoo! 3.
Just another beautiful day in WA. We all enjoyed the warmth of running waters. Hot springs coming out of the ground.
Beautiful.
Have you got to ground?
Just like in the bathtub. And at the end of the day, we enjoyed the relaxing backdrop of Carawine Gorge. This is also where we reunited with Glen and the family after they had successfully repaired their springs in Newman. Yum steak and Bavarian potato salad. And tonight's winner of the trophy was Glen. We are now leaving Carawine Gorge and we're making our way towards Marble Bar. Lots of more beautiful scenery along the way, of course, through the Pilbara. We're now approaching Marble Bar, which is within the Shire of East Pilbara, apparently the largest shire of the world, and certainly one of the hottest towns in Australia. Just about 5 km out of Marble Bar, you can find the actual Marble Bar, which produces some beautiful samples of jade, red rock, and just fantastic colors within the rocks. Very pretty. We also came across this flying fox, which was used for mining in the past. We visited the old Comet mine, which was quite interesting, and just about 10 km south of Marble Bar. Lots of history about the area, and very, very informative. Highly recommended. We even found a piece of uranium on display. Very interesting. Tonight's campsite was just on the edges of Meharry Gorge. Another beautiful spot. Beautiful view from my camp in the morning. We found some very smooth washed rocks by the water within the gorge. And the kids found a little cave up on the hill full of bats to our enjoyment. Don't run, guys. You gotta watch out for all the cattle along the tracks within the
Beautiful Pilbara.
Here comes the rest of the convoy in the distance. And we saw some amazing marbles along the way. Along with loads of road trains and real trains. Long trains. Very long trains. Well over 100 carriages in total. These road trains traverse the road back and forth to and from Telfer mine. Would you believe if I tell you there was 86 wheels on this road train? And that's without spares. Okay. We're heading into Wittenoom Gorge. And we're grooving.
Looking good cooking dinner.
Slowly rolling into Wittenoom Gorge, or through Wittenoom Gorge.
Beautiful bubbles. And here comes beautiful Glen. And we're now making our way out of the gorge. I think we all quite enjoyed the visit. Here comes the Smiley clan, Jasper and Blondie, and the McDougall clan. We would have loved to top up with fuel, but I think Glen's looking for gold. We found what's left of the old town site. There's still a lot of mining traffic around.
I've gotten more brown.
5 LVs southbound through Rio Tinto Gorge.
That's pretty.
It's gorgeous.
It's very narrow.
That just looks like a regular road.
Now, Hamersley Gorge is one of the beautiful gorges within the Karijini National Park. It's on the western end of the Hamersley Ranges. It's a bit out of the way, but it very much deserves a visit. I love the colors of these gorges.
Told me that earlier.
It's just north of
We
the
don't have to
price.
do it then to be there because it's all empty.
After I received my cooking instructions from Safia, we ended up with some green peas, sausage, potato and carrot stir fry. And after a very nice dinner, we made a beautiful damper for dessert. Next morning, it was time to head into Karijini and find a camp spot. Which we did. We started at the Karijini Visitor Center, which was quite informative and great for souvenirs. Our first adventure was Dale's Gorge. We made our way down towards Circular Pool and then hiked through the gorge towards Fortescue Falls and Fern Pool. I really enjoyed the cold swim at Circular Pool. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That one's bubbly.
Make it pose like a tough man.
Look at the trees growing in these riverbeds. We are now at Fortescue Falls. And we now made it to Fern Pool. Certainly a very beautiful place, and for me a highlight within Karijini. The three wannabe musketeers. And a few photos of Karijini in the wet season. Quite spectacular. Tonight we also enjoyed Phil's Remtrack astronomy tour. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of footage, but I can only recommend it. It was fantastic. And last night's trophy went to Bandit Carlo. A couple of warning signs before we make our way into Handrail Gorge. Handrail Gorge was quite challenging. Cold, wet of course, but all rewarding. It did include Spider Walk, Kermits Pool, and I believe we all had a great experience and a lot of fun. Especially Spider Walk was a great challenge for all of us. Smiley had a bit of a fall within Kermit's pool, but thankfully everything went well and we all came out unharmed and happy. You can now see us all making our way along the gorge walls into the gorge. Some of the sections were fairly challenging, and if you slip, you fall into the cold water. Okay, let's go.
Okay, sit on here and I help you down.
It was a bit daunting for our younger participants in the beginning.
Sit on your bum, use both sides and lift yourself down. Well done. I sat on my bum there. I know, but don't want to give that secret away to the kids.
Yeah, just didn't want the kids to climb high and fall hard. This is where Smiley slipped and thankfully didn't hurt himself too bad. Yes, luckily all went well and he did not get injured. Just a bit shocked. Safia rushed to make sure Smiley was okay. So did I. Through the cold and freezing waters. Happy Mermaid was fine. But now I had to make my way back through the cold of Kermit's pool.
Oh, it's warm. Oh, it's warm. Come. Look here. Here. Just keep going. You can go spidering if you want. Erin, you okay?
And here are a couple more photos of us within Kermit's pool and the spider walk. And we're now on our way out of the gorge. Some lovely reflections along the way. And this broken off piece of step almost caused a lot of harm. One of us almost got badly injured. And we're now making our way towards Handrail Pool. we are now at Handrail Pool. The way into the pool was fairly slippery today and quite interesting in places, especially with the young kids. Always a fantastic place to come back to. I love the entire Karijini experience. Time for a little break. And then we made our way out of the pool. Just as much fun as getting in here.
Now hold on to the rail. Constantly with two hands, one up, one down, yeah?
Great fun and a fantastic experience for all of us, especially the kids, led out front here by little Miss Bubbles.
Through Handrail Pool. Yeah. No. She was scared as well, yes, but similar. No, same. Both.
If you are planning a trip to Karijini, be prepared for some very cold waters,
Slowly.
as these gorges hardly get any warmth from the sunlight. Spider bubbles? Yeah, there's ways around the cold waters, but they are daunting for some. And a couple of impressions on our way home. We did visit a few more gorges from above, had a look, took some photos on our way to camp. That's a nice shot of most of us. And a good look from above into Joffrey Gorge, which can be quite different in the wet season. And tonight's dinner, steak, sausage with veggie pasta and wasabi. Carlo won tonight's trophy. And here's my little gypsy Bubbles. Okay, time for our morning warm-ups and stretches.
Getting ready for the morning briefing.
And today's plan is the top of Mount Meharry.
Little unhooking ceremony before we drive up Mount Meharry. Okay, climbing Mount Meharry. Can't see it, but fairly steep.
But good fun.
Probably got to hit it a little bit. Good idea with the rocks.
And the top of the mountain. A different world. The top of Western Australia. Of course, a great photo opportunity that nobody wanted to miss.
Yeah, nice and slow, quite steep going down. Alright, everybody's heading down Mount Meharry, nice and slow.
It did take us almost an hour back to where we unhooked the trailers. Tonight's camp was just south of Newman. For dinner, crispy salmon, rice and salad. And Glen won the trophy tonight, congratulations! We had a good fire and we managed to produce a couple of nice dampers. We're now on our way south and you can see the expected band of clouds with bad weather ahead of us. Our last night's camp was just north of Payne's Find. And the bandits won the trophy on our last night. Okay, time to have breakfast and then pack up.
Glen, what are you doing?
We ran.
Nothing.
We should have had a spare jerry can at least.
You filling fuel? Where are we?
5k short of Wittenoom.
Which can happen. We had a great trip. Thank you to all that participated and cannot wait until our next adventure.
Here are two of my shots from Meharry and Carawine Gorge.
Thank you for these two amazing pictures, Smiley.